HBS Bioscience LLC, worldwide leaders and pioneers in ultrasonic technologies for applications in algae, biofilm, and biofouling control. This video covers the installation of our field connector kit to easily replace your transducer head. KITS0262 includes the IP68 connector, a connector plug, zip ties, and industrial quality heat shrink tubing. The tools you will need are a pair of wire strippers, a pair of snips, a Phillips screwdriver, a razor knife, and a heat gun. Cut the cable where you want the connector to go. Remove about 1 inch of the outer black sheathing on the cable ends, revealing 4 color-coded insulated wires inside. Strip about 1/4 inch of the insulation off of each of these inner wires. Disassemble the connector. If using heat shrink tubing for a more permanent connection, place the tubing on one of the cables. Put the outer ends of the connector on each of the cables as shown here. Loosen up the small Phillips head screws used to clamp the wires into the inner portion of the cable. Place each of the wires from one cable into the individual openings and screw the clamp screws down. Take care of noticing the color coding of the wires and match the other wires up on the opposite side of the connector. Make sure to tighten all Phillips screws to retain the wires in place. Your assembly should look like this. Screw the larger portions of the connector assembly onto the main connector housing and then screw the smaller portions onto the assembly. If using the heat shrink tubing, place tubing over the connector and use heat gun to apply. Place cable on the transducer's housing as seen here and use zip ties to tightly attach. Use snips to cut off zip tie ends. Your completed assembly should look like this. The included plug can be used to keep water out of the connector ends if you have not used the heat shrink and are storing the sonic heads in the off-season. This concludes the demonstration. Contact your dealer or HBS directly with any questions you may have. HBS Bioscience LLC, your chemical-free algae, biofilm, and biofouling solution.